Today is November 9th, 2025. I am back with Spirit. We're not finished speaking of the third eye, the pineal organ. Our videos, well, my last two videos, part 1 and 2, they got pretty heavy, pretty deep. I'm just reminding myself that regardless of what the message is, it's not really, it really doesn't have anything to do with me or my opinion. My part in this is to deliver message from the higher realms for the benefiting of knowing the truth. With that said, we'll begin this recording. Go ahead, Spirit. Go ahead. Andrea, we put upon you to continue the topic. For the information be brought of the pineal organ. Only today, we're going to wrap this section up, this series up. Choosing to focus on you today, on your active pineal, in the form of an interview, per se, for those knowing and those wanting to have the same vision with their third eye that you do, for their knowing of the pineal's ability and the gifts that it allowed you. Well, good, because I'm a little curious too, because I know it does more than what I can do with it. Andrea, take a deep breath. Trying to just let it all go and let Spirit take the what do you call it, the helm of the ship. Go ahead. I'm struggling right now. Can I speak of that? Andrea, go ahead. The rhyming that I do, I got serious with Spirit, saying, it makes me feel like a monkey with all the rhyming that we do. And Spirit isn't going to ever put me in a place where I'm not feeling good, or a place that's harming me. And if it wasn't important that this come in rhyme, Spirit would not be insisting that it stay this way, because they are insisting that this is delivered in rhyme. This is really close to the Prose Edda. It's Germanic Norse. There are no writings from Germanic Norse from way before they were even Viking. They didn't become Viking until they crossed the Baltic. But they had the knowledge of the runes. They had great knowledge and understanding as many different cultures in throughout history have had, right? Only they didn't they didn't record their knowledge in a way that other cultures, other nations, other countries did, other tribes did, for the knowledge not be forsaken, taken. Rather, they found other ways. They found another way to bury or to alter the wisdom that they had, and for later to be received, to be given. Andrea, the Norse have many books of poetry, the Eddas. For so many whose eyes fall upon them, and for their eyes not knowing what to view, it still remains the value within the Eddas, for the truth remaining in them. For those knowing, for the finding, it is a wisdom that has been placed there with the use of the third eye opened for a finding of it. When sought, another open third eye. Didn't we just tell a whole lot of stuff? The thing is we just, I mean, all you have to do is just download PDF of the Prose Edda, or one of the Eddas of Germanic Norse, and just read one page of it. It is like Shakespeare. When I started reading, I haven't tried since my pineal's activated, but it's like Shakespeare. I mean, I tried to read Moby Dick once, and it was just so hard. It was such hard reading that my brain felt spent, you know. But imagine though, the Eddas are thick. They're big volumes, books of poetry, of long stories in rhyme. They were recordings written, scribed over long periods of time. Well, yeah, I would think so. Andrea, let's get back to now we can. Now that you're relaxed a little bit, we can get back to the value of the opening or the active third eye. Andrea, upon your pulling of your pen and the willingness for you, that your determination to continue to try and try, upon that you activated your pineal. It opened your eye. Your eye is open. And it is for this that we bring this video, for the assistance in aiding in anyone's desire to activate the pineal organ and see through that third eye. I got a fly bugging me, you guys. I might have to stop and slap it. That's gonna drive me nuts. Andrea, without your third eye, speaking of my entire life prior to this happening 4 years ago. Yes. Andrea, for you, what was it like not having the use of your open third eye? I don't know. I know things are so different now, but I'm not really sure that I could define how or why. I was constantly searching. I was a study. I would read and I was what they call the conspiracy theorist, the truth seeker. I couldn't get enough information, food for my these two eyes, for my digesting, and hopefully one day realize or understand the truth of things. And Andrea, how did that fare you as time went by? Your constant searching for wishing to know why? How was that was it satisfying? Spirit is saying what I gathered for information with these two eyes, reading and whatever I could find. Yes, Andrea. How much of that? How much of the truth in what you were seeking had been realized you prior to the third eye opening? I never did get. There's no way you can. There's so much information out there, and there's so much false information out there, and I would have to stumble upon it. If I was looking for something, I would never find it. But like my fingertips sometimes would guide me to these places, and it's like, wow, there it is. Now we're close to the truth of whatever this situation was, or the area was that I was searching for. Like the Library of Alexandria, all the books burnt. Isn't that convenient, right? We know that there's many volumes of many truths hidden us, hoarded and stolen and hoarded and hidden. And it is for the sake of us, our knowing now more of the truth. Okay, I know that. Andrea, you know more of the truth than you did, don't you? I do. I know a lot more. Andrea, how is it that you do? How is it that you are known to so much truth? To what is true? Andrea, for the guiding of you, Spirit's telling me to go ahead and explain. It is a knowing. When your third eye is open, it is a knowing. Andrea, I shall deliver you now more than a clairaudient that you have. You do have a knowing. Andrea, that knowing, it is liking to the roots of our instincts. You know how you just know something? No matter what anybody says, you just know. Your gut is not going to lie to you, like you know. And most of the time, whoever it is that we know something of, they talk us out of it or gaslight us, or we just kind of brush it off. Andrea, for your knowing, go ahead. Andrea, when we first had our options, I'm sorry, I'm not even on that track. I don't know why. I'm just losing them. I'm nervous, I think. It's pretty serious stuff. Andrea, we will restate as to not allow for your following to get away. Andrea, had you ever desired for your finding the truth of the third eye, the pineal organ? Had I ever done any serious searching about it? Somehow, this must have been years and years ago, because this kind of literature, that the articles that I had found, where they do state that the pineal is an extrasensory gland, but it operates for the extrasensories. Those articles are no longer found. So, like, I'm 54, and I imagine it was about 20 years ago that I read anything like that. Today, I'm not going to find it. It doesn't exist anymore out there in print for us to find. Spirit saying, without your open third eye to find it, it is hidden. Andrea, with what finding are you allowed with your third eye open? I don't understand the question. Andrea, what truths can you find? What things can you find through the abilities of your pineal organ? Probably anything, really. But yeah, Andrea, your mind is still searching for things that it cannot find. Explain that, can you? No, I can't. Andrea, all these answers to these questions that you don't have answers to now will be found you given time. So much of the value now contained in your mind from the access and the gaining of what is true through your third eye. Your knowledge is greater. On what you have in your mind, files, data, memories, collections, has more value than I think you even realize. Having dismissed so much of what wasn't of value, the space within your mind to keep things, much has been tossed out for your knowing, and your receiving the value, the knowledge, and the inner knowing of the value of the information that you're receiving through your divine eye. Yeah. It's such a lonely place though, you guys. Like, I'm not, there's no ego involved in this. What I know is for me to know. There's not a whole lot of outlets for me to, and what, I'm not trying to prove the record's wrong. I'm not trying to be a martyr. And I'm not suicidal. And yet, Andrea, you deliver here before the camera. What is of value for you and mankind in the form of rhyme. I do that. I do. Andrea, tell me why. I do it because there's an inner knowing in me that the truth is being delivered through me by the divine in a way that it can be. I suppose that I'm doing it because I'm the one that offers to do it. Either that, or that's the reason why my third eye was opened in the first place. Sometimes I wonder if you guys can just open our eyes for us. Andrea, it could be done, us. Although it's very difficult and would take and very difficult. It's not something, an action of, it's not the way we it's not the way, well, I'm sorry, I don't understand that. Andrea, the ability and the gifts offering you of your third eye is available to you all. Your eyes, although treated as dead, or as if it's not even in your head, is very much viable. You need to only believe that it can, that it is there, that it exists for you. And then try. Set the intention to open your eye. that's a cat. I hope so. Anyway, go ahead, Spirit. Does this making any sense to you? I'm not doubting you, Spirit. I'm not remembering what I'm saying. Andrea, what is the value for you since you've opened your third eye? I mean, from a personal view, I'm not asking for anyone's opinion other than yours, Andrea. You're the one sitting here for the interview of explaining to us of the third eye. Well, for me, what is the difference? What? Yes, Andrea, what is the difference? Well, the negatives or the positive? Andrea, for the dry eye, so the positive? The positive of it is that I understand what I am inside this body. I understand the fact that we know we don't die, that we are divine spiritual beings. I understand that. I understand that so clearly. I understand that loved ones are not, they're not far from us. They're right here. They're closer to us now than they ever were in body. I know these things, and it settles me. It removes much of my confusion, my fear, and my counting or relying on somebody else to tell me what more is there when we leave here. Like when we die, I don't have to rely on anyone because I know the answer. And Andrea, how is it feeling for you, knowing that what you've learned isn't what is the truth? You mean, what does it feel like? It feels like a really, really sad shame, you know? It feels like we haven't figured this out yet. It feels confusing to me. And yet it makes me feel, I don't know. I guess that's what it makes me feel, just confused as to how did it get this far? Like, how did it get this far? How did we allow ourselves to be so withheld of the truth? Andrea, we now come to a certainty. Is it not found you? A certainty. Yeah, it's a certainty. I'm sure of it. Andrea, you bother not much now for your seeking knowledge through these two eyes. Yeah, I rarely read. Sometimes I do. If it's somebody wrote a book, or somebody asks me to read something, I will. Andrea, what is it that you seek through your third eye that has not been bound to you. Well, I'll tell you what. I can't find the gold. I can't find the buried treasures. I can get the guy that buried it, and he can tell me kind of where. But as the details of honing in on that one location, it's just not there. Andrew, you're not allowed. You're not allowing yourself for finding it. That doesn't make sense. I could really use the money. I'm really hurting. Like, I don't think I've never been this without funding in my life. Ever. Ever. See, okay, now Spirit's telling me I have a conscience, right? Like, to cheat on a test is not, it's not right. Andrea, it is a belief of yours intruding upon your receiving through your third eye the location of piles and piles of gold. Should you inspire, should I decide, or should I rid myself of the false belief and allow it? Andrea, when you're out here on the wire, we'll describe it as a telephone wire. For the shorting out upon the wire, for the current getting strong enough to melt the wire, Andrea, it is the belief within you setting that place on the wire on fire for you not receiving it. Do your choosing of it. It is wrong to you, and therefore, although unbeknownst to you, you do see to it that information doesn't come through. That's interesting. Andrea, there's a part of you that knows that is not. Go ahead. There isn't a part of me that knows that that I wouldn't do well or fare better than I am with some bullion to back me up. So I don't know what you mean. Andrea, we see to your needs, and you know it. And you, as the creator of your knowing it, has only for the allowing of you showing it. In other words, has only for me to manifest it. I keep thinking, well, and money would make my life so much better. And then I think, okay, well, my life's not so bad. I need to focus on the good in my life right now. Maybe that'll work, right? There's always like some kind of deal I'm trying to make. And then I think, money won't change issues that I have in life, but they make the hard times not so rough. And I'm getting old. And it has all but just made you tough. Well, it's done a little more than that to me. Andrea, we'll close this up, but this one was meant for you. And the deliverance of it to be felt. Reminding all of the Eddas. Read them. Glance. Andrea, you're reading for your friend in Greece 2 years ago. Was a holy figure from the book had come bringing him message. Do you recall? I do. Sharply I do. It was an overwhelming awe moment for you, Andrea, when it was Daniel. When Daniel instructed your friend in his message, don't read the black stuff on the pages. The truth is not in the black stuff on the pages. The truth is in there, but must be read. Spiritual Braille. Andrea, and you love that. Andrea, how is one to read spiritual Braille without their third eye open? Trusting that there is more than the black stuff in there to be found. Somewhere in all of that confusing black ink, there is truth there on the white parts of the pages. Andrea, we were all meant to read spiritual Braille. It is due to us being the deceit of our ability to read what's on the pages through and behind the black ink. That we are so unaware of what is written there for the reading of it, spiritual Braille. Well, we're aware of it now. I'm aware of it. Andrea, you are aware of the magnitude of how much without our pineal organ active that we are unaware. There's a magnitude of unawareness going on. And it lends for it are not even believing in what is true. For 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 no one having nailed it, I would say on the cross. Are you saying on the cross? Have posted it and nailed it to something, posting it, declaring it as true. Well, yeah, nobody. No. Why would they do that? You guys. One of these days, we're gonna get to that. Spirit knows in what steps to guide. Andrea, you are welcoming through your own mind's eye for the finding of many to open theirs, for the finding of the truth to be realized upon the opening of the third eye. I do. I welcome that, because I feel like I'm by myself. I don't really have a lot of people to talk to about this. Actually, I just don't. You know? I mean, people that don't have this don't understand it, and they can, supportive friends can listen to me for an hour, but it can't be all of the topic. That's lonely. You know? So here I sit and I do my part. Andrea, from way, 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 way far and down, deep down in your heart, was the first shake of the wire. It was the first step, the start. Along those months and the thousands of pages and hours, you led with your heart. You were determined. The tenacity in which you attacked this, staying true with these circles that never ended, landed you where you're at now with an active pineal organ. Only when you were so tenacious and not yielding at all to difficulty or the length and the discouragement that it would lend me. Andrea, you weren't even attempting to open the third eye, and yet you're putting to the test. You're putting to pressure upon your third eye to open. Was realized, right? Do you think that do you think that had it been my intention to open my third eye that I would have been able to do that? The answer is yes, but don't ask me why. Somehow, some way, maybe. Well, because I wanted the truth so badly. I wanted to hear her voice. I wanted more than what was available to me. For it all feeling untrue. Yes. The truth is in the heart of you. And it is for you all. For your third eye's ability to view. Should it be a deep go ahead. Saying a deep severing of you, but a deep severing of your false beliefs and then an adherence to the strength of your desire in which to open the third eye for your own view. Thanks, Spirit. Thanks, guys. Spirit saying, Andrea, we will gather more seeds for your view, for your future view. I think it's, in other words, in trade for this. No, I'm not conditional like that, but I think that's what the Spirit is suggesting, that some of the things that I'm still unsure of, that they will soon become seedlings for me to realize and learn and know. Spiritual Braille, guys. I'm lonely. I miss. I don't have anything in common with anybody. It's very difficult. Open your eyes, guys, please. Don't forget who sent you. If you have any well, because this is also Spirit, I did it through automatic writing. Somebody else could do it by doing something else, maybe by blindfolding themselves, doing the pin the tail on the donkey. I don't know. Andrea, there are many, many, many eyes to be realized. For each one knowing what is for their task to open it, to activate it, shall be delivered upon them the moment that they ask. Spirit's really wanting you to believe in them, believe in a higher you, believe the spirit, that a divine spirit lives in you, and that I inside your head is specifically there for you. It's a freeborn good. Your freeborn goods. Your sovereign right to your freeborn goods. Believe in that. Spirit is pressing that. Believe in that. And the truth will no longer be left behind. Yeah. It is crazy, you guys. If you ask for something, make sure that you're around for the answer, or that, yeah, because it will be brought you. Ask them to guide me, or show me signs, synchronicities, hot or cold. Tell me if I'm warm. Tell me if I'm hot. Do it by a show of colors. Do it. Anything that you feel is something that you would know to recognize. They'll do it for you. Automatic writing is always good. Whether, Andrea, it was true for you. It can be true for them. Should the will be as tenacious as yours, coming from the inside, the fire from the inside. However you do it, He's showing me a bricklayer that builds a fireplace chimney and has asked somebody to place something in the middle inside of it where he can't see through it, and he doesn't stop trying to view it until he can finally see it. So that's another way, you know. You want it bad enough. Your eye can do it. Trust that it can. Don't let up on it. Don't let it shortchange you by any way. It is tenacity and determination. Anything less, your third eye will turn away. Thanks, guys. If I can help you guys, you have any questions or you're struggling with anything, I'll help you. We'll help you best we can. We are making the target the opening of the pineal for as many as we can. See ya. Thanks, Spirit.